10-4, over. Is anybody there, man? Over.
What's that? Oh man, can't a dog go to the loo in peace around here? I mean, jeez.
10-7, man.
Got some toilet business to attend to. The radio's going off.
Kind of important, over, man.
Whew, man, somebody light a match. Or maybe 2 matches. That is nasty.
10-100, over. Is somebody there?
Hello, I can hear you.
Breaker, man. Over. This is ReNDoG transmitting from the lake, over.
Hello? Yes, I can hear you on the radio. Wait, why am I shouting at a radio? So I just had a good old chat with ReNDoG on the CB radio, guys, and apparently our favorite hippie has been fishing out at the lake all morning long. And about 5 minutes ago or so, he caught himself a trolley. So Ren Bibbidi Bob's a little bit busy right now, guys, trying to get his line out of the water, and he's asked me to attend to some official hippie hermit collective business. And it looks like we have got a tasty little book outside of the van over here, as well as a bunch of diamonds in the arts and crafts box. My goodness, that's going to go a long way to helping repair ReNDog's gasket over here. Looks like the van is still broken, but yeah, shall we take a look at what this is all about? Dear Bob, I apologize for the very colorful impact my house has had on your vehicle. Luckily, hippies are known to love color, and these are Wooloons and not plasticods, so they are completely safe for the environment. In addition, I bought some very fashionable sandals, the Escalium colored ones of course, and by doing so, I hope we are bestest friends. I love the environment too, man. From Iskmayan. Well, ReNDog's certainly going to be happy about that, guys, because last episode, of course, he believed that the balloons coming off of Iskal's up house over there was polluting the environment with non-degradable plastic balloon carcasses. And in fact, it turns out these balloons were actually Wooloons because they were made out of wool. And, they're called Wooloons instead of, balloons. But that is indeed fantastic news for the environment as well as ReNDog's wallet, because he seems to have made 20 diamonds in the arts and crafts box, which is fantastic. It also looks like there's another book in here that we are going to need to read. This is rather suspicious. Also, what the heck is going on in Hermitville, guys? There is an anchor now weighing down Iskal's house. That is beautiful. And it looks like Grian's taking the lead once again in the build-off. Also, a giant rocket has arrived. This place is going absolutely crazy, my friends. Okay, what's this book all about then, my dudes? Concorp thanks you for the work you do protecting the environment here on HermitCraft. Without your constant vigilance of Mother Nature, who knows what horrors could be unleashed from these so-called green tech companies. From your friends at Concorp. P.S. This book entitles you to 15% off any Concorp purchase. Some restrictions apply. See the website or call our award-winning con support representative today. Nice. So it looks like not only has ReNDog caught himself a trolley today, but he's also caught himself 15% off at Concorp. Good day to be a hippie, if you ask me. Now, I gotta be honest, my dudes, it was kinda tough understanding ReNDog on the radio today. I think he might have stumbled across a couple of poisonous mushrooms en route to the lake this morning. But he did ask me to attend to some official HHC business, and he told me to find all the stuff I need over here in his wardrobe. And apparently, what ReNDog would like me to do today is officially certify Iskal's floating house as HCC compliant. And he's written a little bit of a book over here for Iskal. And that is going to confirm that the Wooloons floating off of Iskal's house over here are in fact environmentally friendly. So Iskal, here you go. You have now received an official certificate from the HHC, which reads as follows. Dear Mr. 85 Man, this certificate from the Hermit Hippie Collective confirms that your Wooloons are environmentally friendly, man. We hope you enjoy your new sandals, man. ReNDog. P.S. No more sludge. P.P.S. If any of your friends have any loose change, man, that would be really appreciated, man. We need a bit of gas, man. Okay, so there we go. Iskal has now received his official HHC certificate of environmental compliance. And hopefully his Wooloons will continue to fertilize the lands of Hermitville. And also, thanks for the diamonds, my dude. Welcome back, my dudes, to the fantasy district of the old lands and to the foundations of our brand new mega project on the server, which looks a little something like this. It's not looking very mega at the moment, guys, but since the last episode, as you can see, I have been working pretty hard, mostly on stream, to prepare this area for a brand new mega base that we are going to be building over here. And my goodness, man, I've had some seriously awesome inspiration over the last few days, and I want to take you guys through all of those plans. But before we get to that, I got a little something to show you over here. I've spent the last couple days on the server working on this beautiful tower that we had a look at last episode, and I finally found a design style for the tower that I absolutely love. As we saw last episode, my first idea for the tower was to get a couple of those sweet sugar dragon faces incorporated into the build. And while they do look awesome up there, I don't think they're enough. So far, we haven't really had a defined build style for what we're working on here in the Fantasy District. And after many hours of sketching in my creative world, my dudes, I finally found a design that I think is going to bring this whole place together. You see, I've always wanted to work with Japanese or Chinese architecture in Minecraft. And luckily for us lore nerds, dragons are a big part of both of those cultures. So it seems a perfect fit out here, right? With that in mind, my dudes, I designed these Japanese-inspired sloping roofs that you can see sitting underneath those dragon faces. And those roofs are now the major feature of this tower and are going to become the primary architectural aesthetic for our Dragon City mega project. Now, to catch some of you guys up on what is going on around here, this is my base on the HermitCraft server. And for the last few months, we've been trying to find a reason why this massive dragon landed over here and died staring at this massive crystal, which is known as the Dragonstone. And I've been trying to find some really creative ways to show the story of the dragon by building some cool stuff out here. Now, when I say this is going to be a mega project, guys, I am not kidding. We're going to be transforming this entire area over here into a fortress town in the style of Japanese architecture, and every single building in the mega project base is going to have some sort of a link to why that dragon arrived over there. Not only that, my plan is to ensure that everything we build in Dragon City is going to have some sort of functionality to it. So it's not just going to be beautiful buildings, they're all actually going to do stuff. So, mega project, here we come. Okay, time to turn the imagination buttons on in your brains, guys. Let's talk a little bit about how Dragon City is eventually going to look. And with that out the way, we can actually start doing some workouts here. Now, it's kind of difficult for me to explain exactly what I want Dragon City to look like, but take a look at this little piece of fantasy art over here. Boop. What you can see in this image is some beautiful Japanese architecture placed in a sort of modular fashion. So each of the buildings is sitting on a piece of land that has been squared off, so to speak. It's almost as if each of the buildings has been given a really strong foundation below it. And that has resulted in a very awesome timber framing type effect in this particular image. And this is exactly what I would like to get in Dragon City. So, the first step in our mega project here, guys, is to terraform all of these mountains and hills over here into these modular shaped structures. And each of these structures is going to be held up by some really cool looking support walls and whatnot, right? We're not just going to shave away the mountains and leave them looking terrible. We're going to make the sides of each of the modules look absolutely amazing. And the modules will be connected by stairways and all that sweet sort of jazz. And of course, it's all going to be following a dragon theme. And on top of all of that, guys, we're going to be adding some awesome features into Dragon City, like an epic wall that is going to protect the city from the pirates of the Blue Yonder out there. But before we can even start building our first castle here, guys, we have got a lot of terraforming to do, because I actually realized we don't have enough space to build everything that I want here. And so our first major task for this mega project is kicking in, my dudes. And last night on stream, we started the process of extending the land a little bit so that I can build all of the amazing castles that I want to make, as well as a massive wall that is going to be going all the way around this city. Now, this casual bit of terraforming isn't as easy as it seems, my dudes, because basically what we are doing here is extending the top of the cliffs that have been naturally generated when we first started the server, and there's no ways that we can have these sort of ugly platforms just hanging over the edge. So not only do we need to extend the top surface of the cliff, we also need to rebuild the sides of them, or find some clever way to incorporate the extension into the existing environment. But I gotta say, guys, I'm super inspired on the HermitCraft server at the moment. Thoroughly enjoying playing Minecraft and really looking forward to getting stuck into this mega project with you guys. Okay, so I've got quite a big job on my hands for the rest of my real life afternoon, guys. It's definitely going to take me a few hours to prepare this area for Dragon City, and I thought we'd use some time-lapse action to compress all of them hours of grindage into a couple minutes of footage here, and by the end of this, we should have a decent platform upon which we are going to be building our mega project. So the first thing I need to do is figure out exactly how far I want these platforms to extend. We are making the land around here a little bit bigger so that we can make some more impressive structures in the base. That means we're going to get some very flat square borders around the edges of the fantasy district over here, but of course that's going to be one of the challenges that I'm looking forward to facing, making all of those straight walls look really epic. For now, they're just going to be janky walls of dirt, so please, Hermits, do forgive me for the way that I've made this area look. For the next few weeks, it's going to be janktastic, but after that, oh baby, we're going to make this place look so freaking epic. It's going to blow minds like nobody's business, baby. Now, once all of those platforms have been extended, I also need to make sure that everything underneath these new cliff faces I've created is lit up, or we're going to create some very dangerous natural mob farms around here. There's a bit of an advantage to this, though, that I realized while I was working on this. We're going to have some really big open spaces beneath some of our platforms, and that's going to be perfect for us to install redstone machines and other mechanisms that we may want to use in our base. So kind of looking forward to making use of all of the space that lies below these massive platforms. And yeah, I guess the final thing that I wanted to do in this mega base preparation is get everything looking nice and even, get rid of all of those little bits of granite and diorite sticking around the place, and kind of make the platforms all look uniform with green grass growing on top of them, and of course laying down a couple of borders of smooth stone just so that we can see exactly where the different platforms are sitting within the base, and it also gives us a better idea when it comes to the depth of each of these platforms. And there we go. Thousands of dirt blocks placed later, my friends. We have the foundations of Dragon City placed here in the Fantasy District. And wow, what a transformation it has been out here. Looking completely different to when we first looked at it at the beginning of this episode. I'll tell you what though, guys, it's been a ridiculously grindy day for me here on the server, but I am very pleased with the foundations here. We've still got a couple of things left to finish off around here, but so far, I'm pretty happy. And, well, also pretty tired, I'm not gonna lie. It's another beautiful morning here on the HermitCraft server, guys, and another day in real life for the ReNDoG. Woke up this morning super inspired to carry on working out here. Spent the entire day yesterday working on the Dragon City foundations. And I don't really want to do much more on this morning because I'm kind of inspired to get back to working on the tower. So why don't we work on one of the sections of the second layer of roofage here together? And this is going to give you guys an idea of exactly how I built this roof. Now, the key to building beautiful roofs like this in Minecraft, guys, is symmetry. Basically, what we are doing over here is building 4 different roofs on the 4 corners of the building and then connecting them at the corner. That means we need to make sure that every single segment of the roof that we make is exactly the same so that when they connect over here in the corners, it looks awesome and they are perfectly aligned, right? It's not quite as easy as it sounds, but the good news is that when you are building roofs like this, you can actually see the other roof that you have built. So we can if we have a look at this one, we can see there are 6 slabs at the very top of that roof there, and if we have 6 slabs over here, then we know that symmetry has been attained with regards to how far the roof comes out from the building. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Next up, you want to make liberal use of the new scaffolding block in Minecraft, guys, because it is beautiful and it makes building massive structures like this so much easier. And I have been getting to know this scaffolding block very, very well over the last few weeks here on the HermitCraft server. It's definitely one of my favorite blocks when it comes to building. It has utterly transformed my life. And as soon as you know how the scaffolding block works, you can make your life so much easier as a builder. All right, so far so so good, guys. We've got our support beam in place for the roof, which can be extended if you want to make the roof a little bit bigger, but I've gone for this particular size. I don't want the roof to stick too far out from the top roof, right? We want to get that sort of staggered, layered roof effect that you see in Oriental architecture. But now we can start working on the actual slope itself, and I'm just going to copy exactly what we've done on this side. So there is the staircase above 2 blocks, and then there's 3 vertical pillars of 2 blocks coming down from there, and it's exactly the same on this side, right? 1, 2, 3. Stupid son, breaking the 4th wall over here. I mean, geez, I'm trying to make a video. Anyway, guys, just had to sleep that night away, and I also spotted an error in this slope design, which I've now corrected. Symmetry has been realigned, and if all goes well, we should be able to connect up this bit of our roof to this bit of our roof. And to do that, we are going to be using some slabs. It's actually my favorite part of the build because it makes this really cool sort of soft gradient in the roof. And well, we're just going to be copying this side. So 2 pillars of 3 slabs high, and then a pillar of 2 solid blocks, right? So we've got 3, 3, and then 2 solid blocks like this, and then, well, we just go 2 blocks or 2 slabs like that, and then 1 slab, and bam, we are perfectly connected on that side. All right, let's check on the symmetry of the build before we continue, guys. On this side, we've got 2 blocks, 3 slabs, a block and a slab, and then on this side we've got 2 blocks, 3 slabs, a block and a slab, but there does seem to be a slight discrepancy. Yes, it's this slab over here that needs to swap positions, and then that will create the perfect alignment here and help us to create this little bend at the corner of the roof. Next job is to create the illusion of the roof curling up at the corner over there, and that's going to be a really easy thing to do. All we need to do is make this final position here a solid block, plop a stone brick wall on it, and when we look at it that from a distance, we should see that little curl going up like that, right? There we go. Beautiful. And that's the easy bit out the way, guys. Symmetry has been achieved on the roof, and that means all we need to do now is copy the pattern of the dark oak wood section of the roof, which I've done over here, and that is going to be very straightforward to do. We're going to go solid block into 2 rows of stairs like so, followed by another solid block. Let's just move 1 block down here with the scaffoldage. That's going to go a little bit like that, and of course, as we can see, that dark oak wood slab runs along here, so the same thing is going to happen on this side. And it's so beautiful when this happens, guys, because what it shows you, of course, is that you have maintained symmetry throughout the build. Everything is fine and dandy, looking absolutely snaztastic, baby, and all you have to do is right click those blocks into place, and wham bam, thank you ma'am, you got yourself a spicy Oriental styled roof. And that's the second layer of roofing now completed on the Dragon Tower, guys, and I'm so very pleased with how this build is turning out. It's going to help to define the look of Dragon City, and if we can make our mega project look even half as good as this, oh baby, we are going to be creating something really special on the HermitCraft server. Still got a bunch of work to do on this build though, block variation of course, and we need to install a brewing facility in the center of it. But for now, my dudes, I think we're going to put this project down for this episode, and I think it's probably about time I start editing, considering I've been working all week on this episode. Man, so worth it though. That's going to do it for me today on the HermitCraft server, guys. I still have a little bit of work over here to finish off our Dragon City foundation, but I really hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to see what you guys think about our brand new mega project. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you got any ideas, any inspiration for things that we could build out here, I will be watching the comment section of this episode very closely. Thank you so much for watching, my dudes. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, well, we just started a mega project, so freaking subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for watching, guys. ReNDoG and Dog. Yo, we'll smell you all in the next episode.